Chelsea were ahead to a 2-2 draw at the Gtech Community Stadium after Maresca surprising 11. But beyond the pitch, it's been a huge week. From Emegha here we go to the FA's 74 charges on the club. So in this video, we'll break down the 5 things we learned from the Brentford 2, Chelsea 2. But before we dive into it, if you are new here, welcome to the channel. Or if you have been following me for a while, you know the drills. We're on the road to 10k subscribers, so hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's dive into it. So Chelsea were forced to settle for a point in an intense 2-2 draw at the Gtech Community Stadium. It was a game that perfectly summed up the challenge we are facing this season: fixture congestion, international fatigue, rotational headache, and the demand to compete on all fronts. Before the match, Brentford head coach Keith Andrew made his thoughts clear about facing us. Naturally, they have got talented players in their squad and numerous options. They have been playing in a similar way for a long period of time. We are aware of the strengths they have got individually and tactically. In terms of what they do, we want to nullify that and make it a game we want to play. We double down with another statement: Chelsea will carry a threat. We are aware of that and will be well prepared to deal with it. There will be a narrative around the game that we are little Brentford and they are Chelsea, but I like that. It suits where we are and the steps we need to take to where we want to be. And to be fair to him, Brentford lived to those words. Went into this one with a rotated 11. Sanchez started in goal with Fofana, Chalobah, Tosin and young Joe Ahato across the back. In midfield, Caicedo partnered Enzo Fernandez. Further forward, Neto, Bonanate, Gittins and Joao Pedro led the line. No Gui on the bench and Extova absent due to illness. This was a different looking Chelsea side, and it was clear to me that this lineup was set up with Bayern Munich in mind. Rich James and Cucurella had both played heavy international minutes, Opama who only just returning from injury, and we cannot forget the toll the Club World Cup has had on us in the earlier part of this season. Add international travel into the mix and you will see Maresca had no choice but to rotate. The first half was very poor from our point of view. We lacked intensity and Brentford capitalized on it. Sharp found space from the box and buried a smart finish to put the hosts ahead. We dominated possession 66% to their 34%, but it didn't mean much because they weren't sharp in key areas. Maresca made a bold call in the early second half on 4 substitution before the hour mark. That decisiveness flipped the momentum. Power making his comeback was the spark. He equalized with the calmest finishes: chilly, cool, almost casual, but devastating. Suddenly we are back in it. Then came the moment of magic from Moisés Caicedo, a thunderous strike, arrowing into the top corner, which gave us the lead and it looked like it might be the winner. It was one of those goals that reminded me exactly why Caicedo is so crucial for us. Not just breaking up play, but stepping up in big moments. But Brentford weren't done. True to Keith Andrew's words about making it a game they want to play, they kept pushing in the dying minute. Carvalho bundled home from a long throw in to snatch a draw. But when you break down the stats, it's clear we controlled large portion of the game. 66% possession to Brentford 34, 16 total shots, 6 on target, 2 big chances created, 10 shots inside the box and 6 shots outside the box. But Brentford edged the XG battle to 1.72 to a 1.32, showing they created slightly more dangerous opening despite having less of the ball. I'm gutted, honestly. We could have walked away with 3 points, especially after going 2-1 up. But at the same time, I'm not too fussed about it. This is the Premier League. Points will be dropped, especially in a season where we are managing different load level compared to other clubs. We had a Club World Cup, international break, injuries, players coming back at different stages of fitness. And if we don't rest tired legs now, we won't have them available against Bayern Munich or Manchester United. We just have to accept that sometimes rotation will cost us points. This draw leaves us in 5th place, with Brentford moving up to 12th. Not the result we wanted, but considering the bigger picture, it's a reminder that this season is a marathon, not a sprint. But look, I don't say this often, because we all know Robert Sanchez has had his up and down since joining us. But today he deserved these flowers, dropping a 7.2 rating, pulling off 3 crucial saves, having 23 touches with 1 successful run out, and even 2 clearances. Sanchez quietly put up a performance that kept us alive in this game, because sometimes as fans we are quick to point fingers at goalkeepers when they make mistakes, and with Sanchez I have done that before, but today I have to hold my hands up and give credit where it's due, because if he wasn't as alert as he was, if he didn't command his area, the way he did, we might be sitting here talking about a loss, not a draw. Think about it. Brentford have the bigger XG at 1.70, meaning they created the bigger chances. They got in behind us, they took shots from dangerous areas, and they put our defense under pressure. But Sanchez stood up when we needed him. And the thing I like most about him today is his bravery. That successful run out to claim the ball, the clearance under pressure, those aren't flashy moments, but they are the kind of action that settles a team down. And when you have got a rotated backline like Chalobah, Tosin, Fofana and Hato, communication with keeper is everything. And today Sanchez was vocal, he was decisive and he didn't hide. It's easy to overlook performances like this because we conceded 2 goals. But if you look at the goal we actually conceded, I don't blame Sanchez for either. For me, it's not every day I praise Sanchez, but this is one of the better performances in a Chelsea shirt. And speaking of players who deserve credit, let's move to the man. For me, he's Mr. Consistent. For Caicedo, this isn't a surprise anymore. It's just what he does, week in, week out. He drops performances that remind us exactly why we fought so hard to bring him in. Dropping an 8.1 rating, playing the full 90 minutes and capping it all off with that thunder volley of a goal. And honestly, it's becoming normal for him to put in a masterclass. Let's look at the numbers. 88 touches, 97 pass accuracy. That's near perfection. For a player who people always claim isn't a good passer, the number tells a different story. 100% accurate crosses, 100% long balls, 4 tackles, 4 interceptions, even add 1 clearance, and of course 1 shot on target. And that's not just midfield work, that's complete dominance. That's box-to-box influence. And what I love most is that he's consistent. This isn't a one-off. We have seen him do it against big team. We have seen him do it away from home, and now here against Brentford, when the game was flipping away, he stepped up and dragged us forward and almost delivered the 3 points. For me, calling him Mr. Consistency isn't hype, it's reality. This guy is the heartbeat of our midfield, and days like this just prove it all over again. But now, let's talk about our difference maker, our star boy, Kopama. Coming back from injury, coming off the bench and immediately reminding everyone why he's the face of the Chelsea project. He only played 34 minutes, but he dropped a 7.6 rating. That's impact. In the short time, he had 26 touches, a ridiculous 92% pass accuracy, 2 shots on target, and of course, the goal. The thing with him is that whenever he's on the pitch, we just look more dangerous. And you can feel it. Defenders panic when he picks up the ball between the lines. He doesn't just score goals, he controls the tempo in the final third. And even after being sidelined, even after missing minutes with injury, he came on and instantly raised our level. And that's why I call him our star boy. That's why every time he plays, I feel confident that we'll create something. Palmer isn't just a luxury player. He's become one of those players we look when things aren't working. But now let's look to another man who ran off his socks all night, Pedro Neto. Now listen, this is one of those performances where stats don't tell you the story. Neto dropped a 6.7 rating, played full 90 minutes with 89% pass accuracy and even a 100% long ball accuracy. On paper, it looked tidy but not spectacular. But if you actually watch the game, you will know how much he gave us. His consistent running, his willingness to stretch the pitch, he drives to take players on. It was relentless. He should have easily walked away with either a goal or an assist. But one thing I love about Neto is that he doesn't just hide when things are not clicking. He keeps going, keeps trying to make something happen. He put Brentford defense around, opened up spaces for others, and gave our midfield outlets where they were pressed. Yes, the stats don't scream man of the match, but the eye test completely different. Neto's energy and movement kept us alive going forward. And sometimes, especially in tough away games like this, that's just as important as getting your name on the score sheets. And why Neto gave us that energy in attack? At the back, we had a warrior who once again showed why he deserved massive credit. Dropping a 7.5 rating, Chalobah was immense. 13 clearance, 2 interception, 1 tackle, 114 touches, 93% pass accuracy, 3 out of 4 ground duel ones, 4 out of 5 aerial duel ones, and get this, 0 times dribbled past. That is not just solid, that is commanding. That's a defender taking responsibility. And honestly, it's been like this since the start of the season. Chalobah has quietly been consistent, doing the dirty work, stepping up when we have needed him most, and proving he belongs in this Chelsea side. What I like in this game is how calm he was on the ball. 114 touches is a lot for a centre back, but he didn't panic once. He calculated possession, built from the back, and gave us a base to play our football. Even when Brentford were pressing, and defensively, 13 clearances speak for itself. Every time Brentford went long, every time they tried to force the issue, Chalobah was there. In the air, on the ground, positionally he didn't put a foot wrong. For me, he's showing maturity of a player who knows exactly what is expected of him. And the fact he has been this good since the start of the season just adds to the conversation. Chalobah is not just that, he's a real option. A player Maresca can trust and someone who is proving himself every week. But moving on to Chelsea's latest updates. The transfer window might has been shut, but Chelsea are still very much active. Exclusive news confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea will sign Emanuel Emegha in 2026. Pre-agreements done, here we go. The plan is clear. Emegha wants to stay at Strasbourg for now, lead them in Europe, keep building his game, and then make the jump to Chelsea on a 7-year contract starting in 2026. For me, this is more of a promotion than a transfer. Remember, Strasbourg is part of Bluco project, so this is a carefully managed move rather than a scramble. And just to prove how close this all is, Emegha has even been announced at Cobham on Friday, and he's already embracing it too. On Instagram, he went under Fabrizio's post and commented, "From Amapiano boys to Mandem FC. That swagger, that confidence, he knows what's coming." Emegha himself has spoken about it and made it crystal clear while his that while his future is Chelsea, his focus right now is Strasbourg. I don't want there to be rumors or things that can distract my team or me. So I think this is the best decision to bring out right now. Everyone knows my personality. It's not because everyone knows that I'm leaving that I will change my behavior or work ethic. I'm a guy who gives 100% every day for the team and for the club, and I will continue doing this until the end. That's the mentality we want to hear. Professional, hungry, and committed. He's not going to let this move affect his game. He's going to finish strong with Strasbourg, then step into Chelsea ready-made. So the news that blew up everywhere last week is that the FA has hit Chelsea with 74 charges alleging breach of regulation around football agents, intermediaries, and third-party investment in players. Those alleged breaches cover between 2009 to 2022, with the majority filing between 2010, 2011, 2015 to 2016. According to Kenham Gill, Chelsea have until September 19 to officially respond. But here is the key part. This isn't something FA suddenly uncovered. These charges actually came out because our new owners discovered potential historical breach when they were doing their due diligence after buying the club in 2022. As confirmed by Skyscape, as soon as they bought the club in May 2022, they self-reported the potential historical breaches to FA, the Premier League, and UEFA. So let's be clear. Chelsea reported themselves. The Center of Investigation, as Matt Law revealed, are alleged payment to agents and officials via offshore entities, with transfers such as Eden Hazard, William, and Samuel Eto'o believed to be part of what's being looked into. Now, what does this mean for us? Are we facing a point deduction with transfer ban? The answer is no. As Skyscape explained, FA sanction for Chelsea likely to be in line with their UEFA settlement. Sporting sanctions, such as point deduction, not understood to be an agenda. Chelsea self-reported the breaches and they have cooperated with FA. Matlaw also backed that up, saying, "I'm told Chelsea are expecting a financial sanction, roughly similar to 8 million UEFA fine, and are not expecting a sporting sanction." So here it is. 74 charges. Sound dramatic. It sounds scary. And it dominated headline last week. We self-reported, we cooperated, and all signs point to nothing but a financial fine, not a sporting sanction. And with that said, that's the video, my friend. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.